everyone, my name is Kaikun6 and I'm here to do the last part of my birthday gifts with you guys. It's been a long time coming. I just remembered I ended up having some birthday money from both my families, and I've already shown you that one, what I bought myself for the birthday money. And then my husband ended up giving me birthday money really last minute, and I couldn't decide what I wanted to get up until last week when I started getting these items. So some of these items were actually from my wish list, and I think one of them was on a whim because I had this idea for a project I wanted to do, and then all of a sudden I went with it. So yeah, so one of the projects was that I have this broken portable dishwasher. If you guys don't follow me on my personal Facebook, and it's the first time that you're hearing about this, but I'll explain. I've had this portable dishwasher for so many years. My mother-in-law had this 5 or 6 years before I did. So this thing is pretty old, and it's been working really well up to the point where it doesn't spew out water anymore from the hose part of it. And so I felt okay, well, I was going to replace this sometime one way or another, and never got around to that because I didn't want to spend the money, basically the necessary money, just to go get another portable dishwasher. So I decided I started hand washing dishes already for almost a year, maybe almost a year and a half probably, and I felt that's a lot better for me because whenever I did use this portable dishwasher, it just leaves my dishes so much so much grease and stuff. So I started just scrubbing it by hand. So much better, of course. I was just you know what, I'm gonna stick with that. So yeah, but still, I didn't want to keep that dishwasher very long. All I've been using it now is just for the wooden part of it, where I used to use it as kind of like a kitchen island type of thing. I would chop stuff up on there. I would place mail on there all the time. It was just used as basically miscellaneous stuff, including my husband's lunch bag sometimes. So I ended up replacing that. I ended up throwing that. Well, my husband was the one who put it on our screen and porch, and hopefully sometime soon we will wheel it out of here, and hopefully the trash company will actually get it for us, or not some person will find it out on our yard and hopefully wants to fix it or something like that. So yeah, so during this journey I was I'm gonna go do that, and then I went through kind of this phase where I'm I want to do some stuff more about my skincare, my hair care, because of course Texas is starting to get warm and we're starting to get really bad storms out here, and so it's not been friendly to my hair. And by the way, I did trim my hair. Probably is not much of a difference or something, but for me it is. I trimmed off 2 inches off, and of course it's not leveled or anything by all means, but it was just something that I have been wanting to do for a while because my ends were crispy, and well, some of them still are, but it was way much healthier than it was before. So I have been doing a lot of research about how to deal with just how my hair is, and then of course my skin condition also. Since I have PCOS, I always have dealt with acne, hormonal acne since I was 15. And so instead of going to a doctor, which I was supposed to do, I was thinking maybe there'll be a over the counter type of thing. Maybe it will help with my skin, because I have been doing the switch to teas and water and stuff like that, and I feel it has made my skin somewhat good, but not enough for me to see good results, because I still have some pimples right here and this and that, but it's just to be expected anyway. But then with my hair, I just want it to be where it's not frizzy anymore, because I keep playing with my hair and trying to fix it on camera, and I just want to make it a little bit better. Hopefully I'll find a really good hair care routine type of stuff. But I decided I don't want to spend my birthday money on that. I want to do more kitchen stuff. So I ended up getting these things, so I'll just show you guys what they are. But I will show you that in one of the items I had some extra pieces. So it came with these other pieces, and what it is it latches onto each other on a metal pole, and supposedly it holds in place some stuff on there. I'll just show you guys in a sec. And it came with a wrench, which I never ended up using, so just in case I ever need one, at least I have extra wrenches for that type of stuff. So yeah, So let's go over what I got myself for like a late birthday gift. So yeah, so one of the items I am gonna do, it came with these items that I have shown you already, but and this is like the project that I had with the dishwasher. I ended up replacing it with a cart that has like a sliding shelf, this and that. But like, I'll just show you the box of it. I was trying to see if they actually like took off the address and all that, but this is what it looks like. The box is really big, and let me see, like that. So this is what the cart actually looks like. It has like wheels. The two on the back has like locking mechanisms, so you can lock it in place. This is like a regular metal shelf, metal poles, and there's some hooks on there. And then this is a sliding shelf I was telling you guys about, and then there's the wooden board that came with it. I don't remember how much I spent on it, to be honest, but I am going to list it in the description down below, like how much I paid for it and this and that. And I'm sorry, you guys, keep messing with my hair. Like, there's this piece of hair that keeps like sticking out like that, so bear with me. I've had a really rough week with my hair. Like I said, I've been trying to do different types of hair care, and it's just not working for me, especially for this Texas weather. But yeah. So anyway, in this box, it came with like so many parts for it, and like I said, I will show a short video of that sometime soon, so just look for that one. And also because I have another Mercari pack and order video to do for you guys, so I will post those two videos up sometime soon. But yeah, so it came with like instructions and stuff, so that's what it looks like. Very easy to put together. Only what I was confused about was the screws on this, but other than that, I enjoy it. I felt like maybe it was a little bit too short for my liking. There was not enough surface area on top, but I felt like the more I looked at it, the more I started to actually fall in love with it. So I'm kind of glad that I went with this option. So yeah, so I have some other stuff on there that became like a little bit cluttered in a way, but excuse me. I just know that as time passes by, it's not gonna look so much cluttered anymore. And luckily, I switched up a few things on that cart, so that way it's a little bit more different than what I posted up on my personal Facebook page or whatever. But yeah, anyway, so that's one of the items I got for myself. And I'm gonna show you guys the next few items, and it was also from Amazon, and it came in this box here. So let me go unbox it for you guys, so that way I'll just show you what I got. Like I'm gonna have to place this on the floor, or if not, I'm gonna balance it on top of this other box. Who knows? But yeah. So, and I found like there was like a lot of wrapping paper on this one, or packing paper, so this is gonna go to my mother-in-law for sure, because she likes to do a lot of crafting when it comes to like crafting paper. So yeah, so the first thing I will show you inside the box, which it fell on me. Oh wow, I had no idea it came like this. That's really cool. So I got a 5-piece silicone spoon, and they're perfect to cook in apparently. Because I have been researching some other types of silicone spoons that they said it was not perfect for cooking. All it was just like to serve salad in, or just to like use as a serving spoon. And I was like, no, I wanted something to cook in with. And so I ended up getting these. And as usual, I'll link to these items down below, how much I paid for them and this and that. But yeah, so it's like these spoons, they came in like other different colors, I want to say, but this was the one I wanted to get the most, just because of this blue one right here. It's just pretty, but now that I see it in person, this green one is also pretty. But yeah, so I had this idea with this silicone spoons. I have silicone spatulas, right? I have a handful of them, and I have it in like this like glass jar that I use to hold them in there. So every single time, whenever I'm making my favorite comfort meal, which is enchiladas verdes, or green enchiladas also, to translate it, the cream of chicken that I always warm up and stuff like that, I always have to use like a metal spoon, or well, when I have to like heat it up and stuff like that, especially if you're using like a can of milk or a can of water with it, like I stir it in with like a silicone spatula, and then I have to like toss that in the sink because it's no longer useful for me anymore because I need to start serving it with a spoon. So I would use a big metal spoon that's like similar to this orange one. Probably the other one is a little bit bigger. And I felt like it was such like a waste of dishes because I'm always the one ending up washing dishes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like for me, I'm like, I wanted to do like a 2-in-1 combo, right? Like I could still use it to cook it with, to stir it around, and then use it as a serving spoon in the end. And so that's why I ended up getting this. And I remembered I talked about it with my husband, and he was just like, yeah, I think that's a better idea. So I'm like, I could see myself actually using all of these for me to cook with, and like I will be using it to cook and using it as a serving spoon at the same time. So this is gonna be perfect. So this is what it looks like, the label on there. I don't know if I've seen it, showed you guys enough of it. So yeah, so that's basically that. The next item I will show you was something that it's been on my wish list for a very long time. I told my husband, like, I have been wanting to get a bigger version of this, and like and I finally told myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna get it for both of us. So yeah, so I don't know how many guys or girls on here know about me, especially for my family and friends. Like, I made this journey of like making Asian inspired dishes basically, and just recently, like I want to say sometime last year, I had like this courage to be like, you know what, I want to make me some rice balls, right, or onigiri. And so my husband was like, okay, well then I'll buy you the mold and this and that. And so he ended up buying me the little single mold that's like sort of that big, and then the little smaller version of that one. And I ended up making a whole bunch of them. It got to the point where as soon as I made one, it was like continuously making it until we ran out of rice or the filling to go inside the onigiri. So he was like, okay, well, I loved it, and so we continue making that, especially for Spam rice balls. Like, we found the perfect Spam that we both enjoy. It is like the light sodium, whatever it's called, but it's like the 25% less sodium than the original can. That's the one that we fell in love with. We have tried other flavors from it, even the original Spam, like the regular Spam, we did not like it. It was too salty, and even if I cooked it down and this and that, it was too much for me. So yeah, so we ended up getting like the light Spam, and we fell in love with it ever since. So whenever we have a can of this stuff, and then if I do make some fresh white rice, my husband already knows that I'm going to be making some Spam rice balls. Well, that's his favorite kind. Like, I have my own favorite, which is like the tuna kimchi mayo one. And I always make those whenever I can. But if it's going to be like just something for me and my husband to snack on, we would do both of them. So that way he can get his Spam rice balls while I get my tuna kimchi mayo ones. So yeah. So I ended up getting the mold for it, which is this. I was so happy because it says it makes 6 of them on there. So this is what it looks like. So I was just like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so perfect. I want to see if I can open it for you guys, so that way I can show you what it looks like. That was actually pretty easy to open because it was actually taped up. So I don't know if you guys can see the tape on there, but yeah. So just taking it out of the box. I'm gonna leave the box over here, and this is what it looks like. And so yeah, I am very happy about this. So this is gonna be so much easier for me to do. I'm still gonna do the single ones that I have, the little mold ones, but in case if like I'm getting tired or stubborn because it's not the way that I don't want to make it, at least I'll have this option here, so I can make 6 at a time, which is I'm very happy about that. And like I said, I will link these down below and just tell you guys how much I spent on them and stuff. So yeah, so I am very happy about this. So and it's pretty simple. If you don't know how to make some rice balls, then of course there's tutorials for it down below, or if not, I can make an actual YouTube video of it one day. But all I do is like I do a thin layer of rice, and then I put the filling on there, It depends how much you like. Do you want like a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of filling, and then you fill the rest of the way up with rice or some other, but basically you could do whatever you want for your filling, and then you put another layer of rice so that way it could like be compacted together once it's been molded. And then there you go, you're basically done. You could either eat it by itself or you can have it with seaweed. And then if you want to like zhuzh it up a bit, you can do like a little bit of sauce on top, or if not, with sesame seeds. So I always go with sesame seeds, and then I always leave a dipping sauce on the side for my husband because he likes it where it's saucy. For me, I'm more of a natural flavor type of thing. Like I don't sauce that many things, surprisingly. So it'll be perfect. But yeah, I am so happy I got this in my life. I really am. I was like, I cannot wait to actually start making some rice balls with that, especially the Spam ones, because my husband bought a little small can of that Spam light stuff, and I'm like, I cannot wait to make some. Like I have been saving this type of occasion to make it, so I'm like, now that I have this, I can make myself like a fresh batch of rice, make these fresh, and then me and my husband, we're gonna enjoy it. So yeah, anyway, the last thing I will show you guys on this video, because like I said, there's not that many items that I ordered for myself for my birthday. There is like maybe 1 or 2 more items for that, but I'm like, you know what, I want to go back to like regular content. So hopefully next week I'll be able to either do like another playlist story video, maybe another Shabby Tree Boutique video, because I got so many other stuff going on, like you will not believe, and I'll tell you guys that in the end of the video. But yeah, so the last thing I got was this bacon grease container. And I did not use it just for the bacon itself. I wanted to do it for oil, especially when I deep fry stuff. Because just today I ended up deep frying some pork chops that my husband has been wanting. Like what he did was like he bought this pack of it at Walmart, and we went to go pick it up today for groceries today this morning, as I'm recording this video on hopefully Wednesday morning, maybe, I don't know, or well, I am recording it Wednesday night right now. So but we went to go pick up our groceries this morning. Anyway, he wanted to have some panko pork, and I was like, sure, I'll make that. And he ended up prepping the meat for me, and then so I ended up making some for his lunch and then some for us for dinner before he went to work. And so I have a lot of oil that I use to fry it up, but I did ended up baking it because I forgot my husband was doing overtime today, so I didn't have a lot of time to start deep frying these pork chops. So I deep fried what I could, and then I saved the rest of it into the oven. It was perfect. It was perfectly cooked and everything. But yeah, anyway, I used up a lot of oil to fry these pork chops. So I told myself, like, I need to get me like a container to save this in, and then hopefully with a strainer, so that way I'll be able to strain up all the bigger pieces, because sometimes not all the panko like crumbs or the flakes or something, whatever you use, or I use, is panko crumbs, that it was gonna stay on the meat. So it actually was like floating away, or it was like starting to detach itself from the meat as I was cooking it. So yeah, so this is what it looks like inside. So I felt like I want to reserve the oil and still reuse the oil, and just not with the little bits of food in there. So yeah. And luckily this is a perfectly good timing too, so that way I can actually test this out in my own free time. So this is the lid for it, which I was just like, oh, that's not that bad. I actually like it how small it is, you guys. So it's perfect. So, oop, sorry. I actually moved you guys, and now the camera wants to go down. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. And I'm going to see if I can open it without like hurting my ears. But I think I have to open it with the ears on with this, because it is very loud. Anyway, so there is a lid for it, I guess, or maybe you could like pop it on there. Maybe you could save it for later. But then there's another lid that has like an actual handle on there, so that's actually pretty good. And then let me put these away so I could actually have them perfectly stored. But this is what the pot actually looks like. And yeah, that's what it looks like on the inside. And there's the little strainer. So this is perfect, because I don't know how many little bits and pieces will be catching it on there when it comes to like the panko flakes or crumbs. I don't know, but I am very happy about that. So yeah, so I'm very happy. So I'm gonna be testing that out sometime soon on my own free time, and then hopefully I will be able to reuse that oil, because I don't like to just fry up the oil and then it's just gonna go to waste and me throwing it away. No, I want to reuse it. And I don't know, I know a lot of people have their own opinion on that, but like for me, I'm like, as long as it's not like that deep amber color or whatever, I'm still gonna reuse it no matter what. And then if not, I could use it like some sort of like dressing or whatever. I don't know. I just don't like to waste any food or anything like that. It's just like, to me, it's not good. If I wanted to waste any oil or money like that, oh man, I would have been wasting it a long time ago. No, I'm not like that. So yeah, that's basically much it. I am going to take the thumbnail for all of these items on hopefully for this video. And then like I said before, I am going to do some shorts like for that big box that I'm showing you guys in the beginning of the video, where I'm going to show you like the cart now that it's built and everything. And then hopefully in my free time I'll be able to clean those and do all that. But yeah, anyway, that's basically much it. What else I'm gonna add to this? I went through my wardrobe. Actually, that was the one thing I wanted to tell you guys before I end this video here, is that I've been going through my wardrobe and I'm getting rid of a lot of dresses and tunics, because I don't know if you have this experience, but I do, definitely, especially here in my home. I have been getting my dresses caught in like the little cabinet handles, whatever you want to call them, every single day so far, and it's been getting so annoying, because like I felt like, oh, it became from like this weekly thing to almost a daily thing, and I had enough. I really did. I had enough, because I did not want to like pull on the dress or move it differently, and then it just ripped on me, and I'm like, okay, then I won't be able to wear it no more. I mean, I can still fix it, but it's like, how often am I gonna be doing this to be fixing it every single time it gets caught on something and all that? And it's just not here at home, you guys. Like, I thought it was like also at home that it happens to me. It also happens to me whenever I'm actually out and about, especially when they have like display areas or something with hooks on them or stuff like that. Somehow, one way or another, sleeves get caught on there, and so does like the bottom part of my dress, and I just felt like I had enough. I really did. I told myself I'm gonna go through all of my clothes in my closet, get rid of all the dresses, especially the ones that I have shown you guys here on this channel, all the ones that I have like shown you what they look like and stuff like that. So I'm getting rid of them. And sadly, one of the things, I have one hung up right now that's right here on the wall. I've been using this space right over here with me, you guys, like well, it's to my right, but it's like probably to your left or something. But there was a dress that my husband got me for like a birthday gift, I think a couple years ago now, and it was like a tie-dye shirt with like, or a tie-dye dress with pockets. That one was the one that got caught the most of the time, and I was like, I am done. I really am done. I'm not gonna wear this no more. I told my husband about it, and he's just like, it's up to you. And I said, I am done. And so my husband also told me, like, you can just like cut these shirts to make it like crop tops. And I'm like, does it look like I wear crop tops? I have never ever worn crop tops in my life. I don't feel comfortable showing even nowhere near my belly, you know? So I told myself, like, instead of just like doing like arts and crafts with it or some sort of project with them, I'm just gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna either donate them or sell them on Mercari, and then see if any of them can take them home. And so luckily I have been trying to keep up with almost daily uploads on Mercari to hopefully start selling these clothes, or if not, some of the older pieces that I have on there that's been there since like maybe January or of this year, or even older than that. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And then plus also in my free time, I had this like idea. I wanted to start rereading all my short stories. I just got done with one binder so far. I'm about to start on another one. And then I read like my favorite, like, well, one of my recent obsessions of a short story that I have wrote since like 2019 or 2020, but I have been rewriting it since, because I felt like my dreams would update me on some other scenes for the short story up until like maybe 2023 was the last time I had a dream about it. And so I felt like I updated it to the point where I am happy with how it turned out. And so, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read that first, and then I was gonna go through all of my short stories, and then that's what I've been doing so far in my free time. I haven't wrote anything in like maybe 2 weeks, which is like a good thing, but now my brain wants to like reread a lot of these short stories, which is fine by me. But yeah, anyway, I am gonna go now. I'm gonna go take the thumbnail to this video. I'm going to see how else am I going to rearrange the small room, because I had it really good to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to start going through crafting wise. I'm actually going to upload a crafting video hopefully soon too, because I was going through like all these baskets full of like craft items, and I told myself I cannot think of anything for me to use or to make them with. Like, I had these ideas probably saved on my phone, especially on Facebook, and I just can't find it no more. So I'm like, you know what, since I don't remember what kind of project they're going to be in, I'm just gonna either get rid of them or try to sell them as like a bundle piece type of thing, like, so that way maybe somebody else out there wants to craft, and maybe they can think of ideas of what to do with the items that are in the package itself, so that way they can craft it for themselves. But yeah, so that's basically much it. I'm just gonna let you guys go. So hopefully you guys have a lovely day and a lovely week, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, bye everyone.